The San Marino Grand Prix weekend just delivered the most explosive sprint race MotoGP fans have witnessed all season long. For months, Ducati had completely dominated Saturday afternoons with Marc Marquez rewriting championship history through absolutely relentless consistency and clinical precision. But Misano proved that even in a season approaching near perfection, MotoGP remains beautifully unpredictable and thrilling. It was the passionate home crowd's ultimate dream moment as Marco Bezzecchi finally shattered Ducati's seemingly unbreakable Saturday stranglehold with authority. Yet this incredible storyline simultaneously transformed into another devastating nightmare for Francesco Bagnaia. While Alex Marquez and Fabio Di Giannantonio delivered brilliant performances in one of 2025's most heart-stopping Saturday showdowns that left fans breathless, Marco Bezzecchi entered Misano carrying the crushing weight of massive expectation on his shoulders. The talented Italian had endured an absolutely challenging debut season with Aprilia, struggling to find consistent form and speed. But this weekend felt completely different from the very beginning. Starting from pole position, he understood that a golden championship opportunity awaited him on beloved home soil with thousands of passionate fans cheering. When Marc Marquez surged into serious contention by lap 6 with his trademark aggressive style, it looked as though Ducati's seemingly unbeaten sprint streak would extend once again. Yet the shocking mistake that followed turned Misano completely on its head in spectacular fashion. Marquez tucked the front wheel at treacherous turn 15, crashing out from the commanding lead position, and Bezzecchi suddenly found himself carrying Italy's championship hopes in front of the absolutely passionate crowd. "I'm just incredibly happy for this amazing win," Bezzecchi said, looking visibly relieved and absolutely euphoric after his breakthrough victory. "It means that we worked everything in the perfect way this weekend, and that we can definitely do an excellent job tomorrow as well. This wasn't just another sprint victory. It was absolutely symbolic of changing fortunes." Bezzecchi became the first rider other than a Marquez brother to win any sprint race in 2025, and the first non-Ducati winner since Alex Espargaro's stunning Catalunya triumph back in May 2024. Most impressively, he achieved this monumental feat by staying completely calm even when Marc made his characteristic aggressive move. "I didn't really expect that specific move, but I knew he would be dangerously close because I'd made a couple of costly mistakes," Bezzecchi admitted with honest reflection. "I lost crucial concentration and prepared turn 6 to exit fast, but then he passed me there with authority. I wasn't really expecting that exact moment, but I kept myself calm and stayed right there. That incredible composure paid off handsomely." Bezzecchi held off Alex Marquez's relentless pressure until the checkered flag, delivering Aprilia their first home sprint victory that felt like a powerful statement of intent for Sunday's main race. While one Italian celebrated wildly, another continued his heartbreaking descent into what he desperately called a living nightmare. Francesco Bagnaia, the brilliant two-time champion from previous seasons, has not only been completely unable to rediscover his championship-winning form on the troublesome GP25 machine, but now admits he has absolutely no answers whatsoever. After qualifying in a disappointing 8th position, he dropped like a stone through the field during the sprint, eventually finishing in a disastrous 13th place. "I would desperately like to have the answer, but you can believe me completely. I haven't got any answer," Bagnaia said, looking visibly drained and frustrated. "I was struggling from the third corner onwards. I'm living an absolute nightmare and just want to raise my head up to see some light." The exact same technical issues have plagued him throughout the entire season without resolution. Braking instability, unpredictable front-end behavior, and a complete lack of confidence compared to last year's championship-winning GP24 machine continued destroying his performances. "Braking, entry, stopping, absolutely everything," Bagnaia admitted with brutal honesty. "As soon as I started, I struggled from the very first braking at turn 4. From that exact moment, the front was going everywhere unpredictably. I was desperately trying to stop, trying to lean. We just have to analyze and understand what happened." Despite the overwhelming pain, Bagnaia refuses to lose faith completely. "My effort is absolutely huge, but my head remains strong," he said with determination. "I will not lose faith in my potential, in my incredible team. One day we will arrive back. I hope it will be soon." But with Bezzecchi now just 28 points behind him in the standings and Alex Marquez 77 points clear, Bagnaia's role in the championship fight has completely evaporated. If Bezzecchi's remarkable calm won the day decisively, Alex Marquez's revealing perspective showed exactly how much faster his legendary brother had been before the shocking crash. "Marco was definitely faster than me, especially in today's sprint. But Marc still had something significantly more," Alex explained with admiration. "He was playing around a little bit. He did one lap quite slow intentionally. Then later he put everything together and was like, boom, catching Bezzecchi again immediately. So I think Marc is faster than everybody." Alex himself honestly admitted he lacked sufficient aggression in the crucial early laps. "They were much braver than me initially. I was just thinking too much about disengaging the front device, and for that specific reason, I lost positions. Tomorrow, I need to be much more decisive." Still, the talented Gresini rider capitalized perfectly on Marc's unexpected fall to claim second place, one position higher than his actual pace truly suggested. "Being completely realistic today, our best chance was P3. But with Marc's crash, we are in P2. I kept the pace to put pressure on Marco, but he was riding in a really good way. For Alex, Misano was much more than just another podium finish. It tightened his grip on second place in the championship while pushing Bagnaia further adrift from contention." The final podium place went to Fabio Di Gianantonio, who admitted it hadn't come easy whatsoever. Starting from the challenging third row, the VR46 rider used a perfect launch to put himself in contention early. "Starting from the third row, it's not easy to think about a podium at Misano," Di Gianantonio said. "But I did a perfect start. I was already behind Fabio Quartararo, and then, unfortunately for him, he crashed. After that, it was tough." Braking was his biggest limitation throughout. "We arrived at the race without the perfect maps for braking. I did all the race trying to understand which map was better. And I made a little mistake at the end. It was a tough one, but we achieved it." His resilience secured third place, holding off Franco Morbidelli in the closing laps. It was another strong sign of VR46's upward trajectory, with Di Gianantonio showing adaptability even in imperfect conditions. And then came the weekend's turning point, the crash that reminded everyone that even Marc Marquez is human. After overtaking Bezzecchi at turn 6 on lap 6, Marc looked completely on course for his 9th straight sprint win. But just 9 corners later, it was all over. "I forced too much. I went a bit wide on that turn 15, and it was a typical crash of Misano," Marc explained with characteristic honesty. "Nobody is perfect." For a rider who has built his entire 2025 campaign on risk management and clinical precision, this was his first sprint mistake since Austria last year. "In the end, I take a lot of risks during the sprints this season, and it's been a success every time. Since Austria last year, I was not doing any mistakes in the sprints. It can happen, and today was the day." He described it as an error in the easiest part of the track. "I did the most difficult thing leading the race, but I made a mistake in the easiest part. Maybe I didn't take care about the tire temperature because just a few corners ago, I overtook Bezzecchi." Marquez, who still leads the championship by 173 points, didn't seem overly troubled. "It's a part of racing. For me, the most important thing is that if you crash leading the race, it means you had the speed. I'm relaxed still. 173 points. People are talking about when I'll close the championship. I'll try as soon as possible, but the most important thing is to take it." He also tipped Bezzecchi as the man to beat on Sunday. "I think tomorrow Bez is the fastest rider out there. He has a very good pace. The medium rear didn't drop, so he will be very fast." It was a candid admission, but also a reminder. Marquez knows exactly when to take risks and when to refocus. Misano reinforced 2 clear storylines of 2025. First, Marc Marquez remains the overwhelming force, even when he stumbles. His ability to reset after mistakes is what has transformed him into Ducati's talisman, and his 7th title seems only a matter of when, not if. Second, Ducati's empire is not invincible. Bezzecchi's victory ended their sprint dominance, while Bagnaia's implosion highlights just how dependent the team has become on Marc's brilliance. The rise of Aprilia through Bezzecchi's performance also carries weight. If he can back up Saturday's sprint with a strong Sunday, it would mark Aprilia's most significant breakthrough since Espargaro's 2023 campaign. Elsewhere, Alex Marquez is cementing himself as Ducati's most reliable satellite rider, while Di Giannantonio continues to show why VR46 invested in him. What are your thoughts on this dramatic weekend? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explosive MotoGP coverage. Thanks for watching GP Insider Hub.